This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Wendy Beckman and I'm a registered dietitian with the New York State Office for the Aging and SnapEd New York. Thanks for joining me today on What's Cooking with NYSOFA. Today I'm going to be making a chicken, rice, and apple salad. This recipe provides a great way to use some leftover rice or chicken. We'll provide a link to the recipe below, and the recipe can also be found on the SnapEd New York website at www.snapedny.org. Now, I love any recipe where you can use leftovers and make them into a new meal. I'm excited to show this one to you. I love anything that takes something that you have left over and make it into something new because I'm much more likely to eat my leftovers that way. Now, before I start cooking, let's look at the My Plate graphic. This recipe covers 3 of the food groups on the My Plate graphic. Here we have the fruits and vegetables section. There's grapes and apples, and that covers the fruit section, and the salad is served over a bed of greens, so there's your vegetable. The chicken in the recipe provides us with protein. The body uses protein to make new red blood cells, antibodies to fight infections, new skin or muscle cells, whatever your body needs to be rebuilt. Vary your protein routine by including animal-based forms of protein like lean chicken, fish, pork, or beef, and plant-based proteins like nuts, seeds, beans, and legumes into your diet. Remember, everything you eat and drink over time matters. You want to find your healthy eating style and maintain it for a lifetime. The right mix can help you be healthier now and in the future. Eating more fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains is good for heart health, and it can help protect against some chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Before we get into this recipe, I want to remind you that on our last episode, I made a delicious cucumber and berry salad. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you can view it anytime on the New York State Office for the Aging YouTube channel. So let's get into making this chicken, rice, and apple salad. Remember to wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer before you start cooking. So let's start making this salad together. This recipe makes 3 servings, each with 216 calories, 3 grams of fiber, 418 milligrams of potassium, and 19 grams of protein per serving. Let's look at the ingredients. Here I have 1 cup of brown rice. You can use white rice if you want to. If you're not using leftover rice, you're going to have to prepare some and then cool it before adding it to the salad. I have 2 teaspoons of dried parsley, or you can use 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley if you want to. That's a great way to use maybe some of the parsley that you're growing in your garden or on your windowsill. Here's a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I have some garlic here, probably about 2 cloves of garlic finely chopped. You're also going to need a tablespoon of ranch dressing and 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Here I have low-fat versions, but you can also use fat-free if you like. Now, apple season is coming up, so I'm going to include 1 cup of apple cut up, and I'm going to cut that in just a minute. But if you want, you could also use cantaloupe. I also have 1/3 cup of grapes cut in half. I have red grapes, but you could use green as well. And if you want to add a little more, you absolutely can do that. I have 1/2 cup of celery chopped, and about 1 1/4 cups of chicken cut into bite-sized pieces. If you're not using leftover chicken, you're going to prepare it ahead of time and then cool it before adding it to the salad. Now, this is a chicken breast that I cut up into strips and I made it on the grill, and now I've cut it into chunks. And I think you could use leftover roast chicken as well. Any kind of chicken that you had left over from the week before, any kind of chicken that maybe you made for tacos, anything like that you could use in this recipe. Lastly, you're going to need 6 lettuce leaves, and I have green leaf lettuce that I'm going to be using. Now, apples are going to be harvested starting in September, so it's a great thing to have in your diet in the fall time, because a lot of times when things are in season, fruits and vegetables, they're going to be more economical because there's a bumper crop of them sometimes. So you want to make sure that you can include lots of in-season fruits and vegetables in your diet. Now, first thing we're going to do is mix the salad dressing together. And I'm going to use this large bowl here. And first thing I'm going to add is the parsley. So let's pour that in. And then I'm going to use the black pepper. And next, the garlic. I'm probably going to have to use my spatula for that. Let's put that in there. We're going to add the ranch dressing. Put that in. If you look for the fat-free or low-fat options, you'll be cutting down on your saturated fat in your diet, which is better for heart health. And the mayonnaise. Again, this is a low-fat version. I prefer the low-fat to the fat-free myself. And then we're going to mix all of that together. And you'll get to see the parsley goes right in with the mayonnaise and the ranch dressing and the garlic. So we're going to put all of that together. That looks pretty good. And it smells delicious also. Okay, now we're going to add the salad ingredients. So first I'm going to add the cooked and cooled rice. So that's here. Like I said, I have brown rice. But you can use white if you want to. You can use, I like to use a brown rice because brown rice is a whole grain and you want to make half your grains whole grains. So next we're going to add the apples. So before I do that, I have to cut it up, obviously. So a lot of times what I like to do is just cut around the core part. So in 4 pieces, make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. I'm going to just cut that apple. And I think that I can cut it into chunks to add it into the salad. So there's that. So let's turn it over so the flat side is down. It's less likely to move around that way. And we're going to just cut that into some nice big chunks and add that into our bowl. I can do that again with these pieces. Again, keep your fingers away from the blade. There, we're going to do that next. Okay, just 2 more pieces to go. Some nice big chunks there. And I like to use, you could use a red apple, you could use a green apple, really anything that you wanted to. I chose to use red here because I like the color. It might be a nice sort of combination to use a red apple. I think this is a gala apple and some green grapes. That would be a nice combination. All right, so after we have the apple in, we're going to add the grapes. All right, and we got celery. I also happen to have, I had some cucumber left over, so I'm going to throw that in there too. Why not? And then last is the chicken. So let's add all of that together. Now what we have to do is put all of these ingredients, we want to have the dressing on all of them. So that's going to take a little bit of time. You want to do that sort of gently so you don't squish your grapes too much. You don't want to do that. But we want to evenly coat this mixture. And then we want to make sure like things like the rice are sort of evenly distributed throughout this mixture as well. That smells really good. And I think that it, like I used some chicken that I used on the grill that had some seasoning on it. I think you just throw it right in there, right? It's just going to add a little extra flavor to your recipe, and I think that that is okay. All right, and that really seems to be it. Now I'm going to put 1/3 of this mixture over 2 lettuce leaves because that's about how much we need. I'm going to get the lettuce leaves behind me. Like I said, this is our green leaf lettuce, and you could use red leaf lettuce, probably pretty much anything you wanted to. So let's move that over there. Put that together. And that's going to be your salad. Look at how beautiful that looks with all of those colors. And this is something that's really going to fill you up. It's got a lot of fiber in it. It's got a lot of protein in it. And there's fiber in not just the fruits and vegetables, but also in the brown rice as well. So that's why we like to include whole grains into our diet. So I hope that this recipe gave you some more ideas on how to incorporate more fruits, vegetables, and lean protein into your diet. Join me next month when I'll be making a black bean and pumpkin soup. It's perfect for the fall. I'll be back with another edition of What's Cooking with NYSOFA on Friday, October 28th at 12:30 p.m. on the New York State Office for the Aging Facebook page and the New York State Office for the Aging YouTube channel, where you can find out more ways to save time, save money, and eat healthy. This presentation was funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. This institution is an equal opportunity provider. Stay safe, everyone, and see you next time.
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP-Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP-Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material was funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.